What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Forester video. In this one, I've got some diff fluid and we're gonna change, well, the diff fluid. And I know I don't do this often, but I just had to show it. I do have merch. It's always down below in a little banner and I link it in the description, but I finally got some of my own in the mail because I got the money to do it, and look at it. It's gorgeous. I'm gonna be wearing my Subaru while I work on my Subaru. Inception. Alright guys, so let's get this bad boy started. What I have, I'm gonna start in the rear. I've got Mobil 1 Synthetic 75W90. Of course, like all my videos, I'll link it down below, but I got this, and if we can, there we go. Pop off the top. I've got to cut the tip there. That's why I've got the razor. And a little helpful tip, I always have some random hose laying around. This is just gonna go right up here nice and snug, and then I'm gonna put the other end on the inside. It just makes it a lot easier so you don't have to like strangely maneuver this around and possibly spill. So that's always an option, just to have that to make it easier. So let's get back here and get this bad boy done. So here we are in the rear. We're gonna come down here, and right in front of you, you're gonna have your rear diff. So right back here, you've got two plugs. You've got the top one and the bottom one. The top one is gonna be your fill, your bottom one is gonna be the drain. So I've already had this soaking in some WD-40, and the real thing you have to do here is make sure these things are actually gonna come off. So get your breaker bar, your 1/2-inch breaker bar, and you're gonna start with the top one and make sure that one comes off first, because if you get the bottom one, you drain it out, and the top one is seized on there, you're gonna have a bad day and you'll not be able to use this vehicle to try to get something else to get it off. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so I did have to bring my car up on my stands here because there was no way I was able to get those off with my breaker bar. I needed some more room so I could get more leverage. So that's why I've got it up here. I've broken them loose, and now I'm gonna put my car level because I need it level to drain this rear one and also to fill it back up. So just a helpful tip, if you've got like a jack stand or you got one of these ramps or something like that, pop it up on there so you have better leverage to actually get those things off, because they are tight. And make sure when you get your plug out to clean it up, all that nasty stuff that's built up on there. And yeah, make sure you get all that nasty crap on there. Thousands upon thousands of miles of gunk. So one of the main reasons why I'm doing this is because if you guys remember and watched my rollers video, basically what I did there is I put my car on rollers and it didn't work. And Subaru is supposed to be awesome all-wheel drive, and after thinking for a while what it could be, I thought it could possibly be my diff fluid, because my diff fluid probably hasn't been changed since the car has been new, and diff fluid wears out over time. So because the vehicle uses the viscous differentials, it's pretty much kind of a wash when I'm doing this, because if you don't have that viscosity in there and it wears down over time, you can't get things to bind up so your wheels don't spin. So I thought I'd do this, and then in one of my next videos I'm going to retest the rollers and see if it actually works any better. So as this was draining, I cleaned off the drain plugs, so now this is pretty much completely empty. It's just at a small drip right now. I've got these bad boys clean, so I'm gonna plug the bottom one in and get that started. Get that hand tight in there, and once that is nice and hand tight, I'm going to start filling up the top one up here. And once that top one's filled up, basically how you know these are full is once it starts slowly seeping out the top hole, the fill hole. So that's what's gonna happen. This top one is just gonna start seeping out, and then you're done. You just put in the top one and torque these to their specific torques, which I will give you once I get there. But right now I gotta fill this bad boy up.
Right now, let's fill this bitch up. Oh. Drink, my friend. Drink. Is it?
Well, there's probably a stupid seal on here. Yep. See, this rear one should be taking, I believe it's 0.8 liters or quarts, whatever these things are. Oh, excuse me. So you're gonna use basically one of these bottles for the rear, and the front one is going to be a little over one. It's gonna be like 1.2. So I got 3 of them, and I think that should be more than enough. Okay, now it's gotten a little too difficult, so I'm gonna put my hose up in her and just plug it at the end and squeeze. And there it goes. All right, so now that we had that seepage go through there, we're gonna grab our secondary drain plug that we got out and made really super clean. However, we did not clean the outside of this because we forgot, and people forget. Both of these plugs need to be set at 36.2 foot-pounds of torque. So, like I said, 36.2 foot-pounds, and we will be good to go. Gotta make this nice and clean and pretty for the camera now. There we go. That's good enough. Now for the diff up front, I am gonna be doing the same thing. So I pop my Forester up on my ramps. So 1, I can get better access, and 2, I can get better leverage on the breaker bar. And also special number 3 is it's gonna drain a whole lot better when it's up like this. However, when you fill it back up, gotta make sure it's level. So I'm gonna jump under there and hopefully break it. However, in case you didn't know, you need this. You've got to have this big boy right here. This is a T70. This is the little star looking thing. It's the only thing that is gonna fit up front, whereas in the back you just needed a 1/2 inch and you can pop those loose. The front, you're gonna need a 1/2 inch and this. Of course, I will link it down below if you need one of these. Some Subarus have these, some of them don't, but if you're working on a Forester just like mine, you've got to have this. Now I showed you guys where the drain plug is for that front diff when I was working on changing my transmission fluid. So there we go. See, transmission, the pan is right there. That is not the oil pan. So if we move on up, see, this is where your transmission is, transmission filter, and if we move up, bam, it's right here. And if I can move up a little bit more, you'll see right there, that is the torques that you're gonna need. And if you notice, there is no fill plug thing. That's up in the engine bay. So down here, I've already got WD-40 penetrating oil, whatever on there to try to make that easier. So that's where that is. If you wanna look anywhere else for some landmarks, if you're doing this yourself, that's just where that is. It's the only thing that looks like this. So that's a drain plug. It's gonna be fun. I'll tell you one thing. This is not easy to film down here. I did have everything set up with the breaker bar, but yeah, it just didn't work. I needed all the room I could, and then I smashed all my knuckles, as things go. So now I'm just I'm really hoping I've got my pan in the right place, because this stuff is very smelly and sulfury. Okay, here we go. Get ready to run. Oh, I missed. Oh God, I missed. Oh, I missed so bad. Oh God, it's everywhere. Oh, okay. You okay? Oh, that's draining very quick. Oh, oh, it's everywhere. Oh, God. Oh, I gotta move the camera. Oh, it's stuck. Oh, filming things. Oh, I can't touch my camera. This is really difficult. Get. I got it loose. There. Oh shit. Okay. There's a little spillage, but we're okay. It's and it's windy, so we're gonna have some more spillage. But I got her off. Oh God. Oh, it's not good. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Where's the off button? Alright, now that I've got everything flat, I finished the draining, so I got my car off my ramps, and there's a little bit more, so popped out the drain plug. All of the fluid is out now, put it back in, and now I need to torque it down to 32.5 foot-pounds. Alright, so now that the drain plug's back in, everything's even, now we can fill it back up. So I've got my hood popped open, and if you watched my last video on when I did my automatic transmission fluid, you know, right over here on the passenger side, there's that drain plug right there. On automatics, that is gonna be that diff. And then on the other side, there's one that looks just like that, but it's your automatic transmission. If it's manual, that's not how it goes. So, that's the one I need down there, and with my little trick with my hose, that'll be a cinch to get down there. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's how it's done. Alright guys, I am done, and I ended up going through perfectly just 2. I used the last of the one that was in the rear and in the front, and then a whole bottle, and it comes up perfectly to the full line on my dipstick. So that is everything. I can go return the extra one that I bought. Happy day. And now I can go out for a drive and maybe get my rollers and see if I get a little bit more grip now with this new synthetic stuff that I got in here. Oh yeah.